Chapter 5, Mishnah 1. The Torah states, "And an ox or a seh, i.e., a sheep or a goat, it and its offspring ye shall not slaughter on one day." Vayikra, chapter 22, verse 28. This means that it is forbidden to slaughter a female ox, i.e., cow, or a female seh, i.e., sheep or goat, and her male or female offspring on the same day. This prohibition is called oso ve'es beno, it and its offspring. It makes no difference which animal, the mother or the offspring, was slaughtered first and which was slaughtered second. Nor does it make a difference whether the same person or two different people slaughtered the two animals. Either way, the one who slaughtered the second animal has committed a biblical transgression, for which he is liable to malchus, the punishment for the violation of most negative commandments. The animals, though, are permitted to be eaten. The Mishnah discusses where and when the prohibition applies, and to what category of animals. We now turn to the words of the Mishnah. The prohibition of oso ve'es beno, it and its offspring, applies both in the land of Israel and outside the land, both when the temple exists and when the temple does not exist, both to unconsecrated animals, Chullin, and consecrated animals, korbanos. This Mishnah and the next will elaborate upon the prohibition of oso ve'es beno as it relates to consecrated and unconsecrated animals. The Torah forbids slaughtering consecrated animals outside the temple courtyard, and it forbids slaughtering unconsecrated animals inside the temple courtyard. Each of these three prohibitions has different consequences. A. Someone who slaughters a mother and her offspring on the same day receives malchus, but the animals may be eaten. B. Someone who slaughters a consecrated animal outside the courtyard receives malchus and kares, and the animal may not be used for any purpose. C. Someone who slaughters an unconsecrated animal inside the courtyard is exempt from malchus, and certainly kares, but the animal may not be used for any purpose. We now return to the words of the Mishnah. How so? What are the consequences of oso ve'es beno with respect to the prohibitions of slaughtering consecrated animals outside the courtyard and unconsecrated animals inside the courtyard? 12 cases follow that involve someone who slaughters an animal and its offspring on the same day, where both animals are consecrated, both are unconsecrated, or one is consecrated and one is not. 1. If both animals are unconsecrated and both are slaughtered outside the courtyard where they're supposed to be slaughtered, they are both fit to be eaten, and the second slaughterer receives the 40 malchus for transgressing the prohibition of oso ve'es beno. 2. If both are consecrated and both are slaughtered outside the courtyard where it is forbidden to slaughter consecrated animals, the first slaughterer is liable to kares for slaughtering a consecrated animal outside the courtyard. Both of the animals are unfit for any purpose, for such is the law regarding korbanos slaughtered outside the courtyard. And both of the slaughterers receive the 40 malchus, the first one for slaughtering a consecrated animal outside the courtyard, and the second one for transgressing the law of oso ve'es beno. 3. If both animals are unconsecrated and they are slaughtered inside the courtyard, where it is forbidden to slaughter unconsecrated animals, both of them are unfit for any purpose, for such is the law regarding Chullin, slaughtered inside the courtyard. And the second slaughterer receives the 40 malchus for transgressing the law of oso ve'es beno. 4. If both animals are consecrated and they are slaughtered inside the temple courtyard as required, the first animal is fit to be offered as a korban, and its slaughterer is not liable to any punishment since he did nothing wrong. And the second slaughterer receives the 40 malchus for transgressing the law of oso ve'es beno, and the second animal is unfit for any purpose.